it's so nice for me personally to have Faye with me and with us on this trip. So I thought we'd get Faye involved in these little reports. So first of all, Faye, this is your first time coming to Nepal. I think it's my 5th, I worked out the other day. Tell us a little bit first about how you found the journey.
Journey was good up until, oops, sorry, that's not the phone. Up until the coach ride from the airport to the hotel.
Minibus ride.
Minibus ride, yeah. Let's just say it was better with my eyes closed. I thought Adam's driving was something.
Wow.
Yeah. Oh, wowzers.
So this was we had like a 9-seater minibus, and we drove from the 150 kilometers from Kathmandu to Bharatpur on a road that is it's all right by Nepali standards. And the driver, Paul, turned around at one point and went, "This driver's really good." Can you make the face you made when he said that?
Really? You pulling my leg?
He was being genuine. He was really good.
Yeah. Whew. Yeah. Yeah. I have no words.
She did very well, and it's a response most people have. To me now, it's just normal. I slept. But yeah, you arrived a little bit like, what the heck?
No, you can't be overtaken. You can't be overtaken, Charlie. He is.
Well, thank you for your prayers so far. I'm just on the at the hotel with this fantastic view of Bharatpur in the background, and we've just had our first session. It was a beautiful, beautiful time. A little bit different, I think, than the other previous times we've been. Harry Kaz welcomed us, and there was praise and worship, and then Paul shared, and then Faye and Paul just kind of sang over us a couple of times. Actually, had an incredible, beautiful sense of the presence of God. And one of the key things you can pray is what I realised as Paul started sharing was that we are trying to teach them in 3 days what we've taught the church back home in Shipley in 3 years. I think that's what I feel like that's what we're trying to do almost. We're trying to condense it all down and release it to them. Everything we've been sharing and learning about for 3 years, we're trying to give them, but they've only got 3 days. So somehow we've got a prayer that what it's taken us 3 years to start to grasp hold of, they're going to get in 3 days. So, but we know we are still in that time of acceleration that Paul talked about a number of years ago. So if there's one key prayer, it's that all the delegates here would grasp and catch, and that Paul and I, as we share, would be able to try and condense it all down to the key nuggets, as it were, and release it in such a way. And one of the things we're doing that's different, that's fantastic to have Faye for, is almost after every session, we're just singing and teaching them to just rest and be still and be quiet. They're brilliant at making a noise, because these people have had to fight for everything. I mean, literally just fight for everything. And they've had to pull down on God for everything, and they do that so well. But of course, as we've been teaching for this last 3 years back home, that's probably not going to get them into the future. They're going to have to learn to rest a little bit and learn to do that. So pray that as we have been learning, or hopefully learning, that they would also make that transition. So this is the lunch for all the delegates that's been cooked in the ground, literally just outside on big pans. This is the church building to the right. The ground floor is Harry's house. The first floor rather, is the church, and third floor is where Nigel is teaching. And this is the delight that has been cooked up for them whilst we were in the first session. Rice and dal and curry, and I think there's some poppadoms towards the end there too. So after lunch, we went back to the conference. Obviously, had our afternoon session. We left Nigel to go to his Train the Trainer event, in fact, and this is what Nigel's been up to and who he's been up to it with.
Hello everyone, I'm Nigel and I'm the Billy Graham Evangelistic Association Rapid Response Team Manager, and I'm here in Nepal, in Bharatpur, representing both the Billy Graham Evangelistic Association Ministry and Samaritan's Purse. We're teaching a Train the Trainer session for God's Hope in Crisis, and I've got a classroom full of students, and we are so grateful for all our supporters who have made this possible. Just look at all these wonderful people sat behind, all learning. So we just want to thank you for your great support. That means that I can come here to Nepal to teach 20 trainers to go out and share God's hope in crisis. Thank you so much.
You've been in country now 24 hours. Tell us about the actual locality. What have you noticed and seen about Nepal, the actual place in Bharatpur where we are?
Yeah, so I don't know why, but I'd got in my head that Bharatpur was a small town, but Harry was saying earlier on today that there's about 1 million people here. So it's big. But the scenery is just stunning when you can see the hills and the mountains. Just after lunch, I'd spotted 2 eagles flying and circling round. It was just amazing. And I'm into my plants and greenery, and just spotting plants that are just growing like weeds and shrubs at the side of the road are what I kind of have in my house that I'm like cultivating and looking after, and that, but they're just growing here, just like weeds at the side of the road that we would find at home. So it's a beautiful place, a really beautiful place. The people, just really special people. I've absolutely loved meeting them, and just enjoying their culture and their home and their their home. It's special.
So in this afternoon's session, we were building on what we've done this morning. So in the morning, Paul had talked about being priests and kings unto God. That's the key theme that we're on whilst we're here. So he's sharing from Revelation chapter 1 verse 47 that we are kings and priests unto God, and talking about the whole thing about what that means, about the change that will be required and that will come to the nation, but they're going to have to be ready for it, and about rest and all that sort of stuff. So he shared all around that. And then once we got back in the afternoon, I shared just on the same theme of I was trying to build on this idea of mind versus spirit and the challenge and what it means for the sons of God to be revealed. And then after I shared, Paul shared again, and he shared about David and Abigail from that passage in 1 Samuel 25, and just about Abigail was this incredible picture of what it meant to be a priest, and how the priest and the king ended up marrying together. They brought the two together, and that was today really. So we are recording this on Monday evening, so we've had the first day of the conference. What did you pick up? Obviously you've never been in Harry's church before, never been with Nepali people before. What did you pick up on the first day of us being there?
It was just so beautiful stepping out of the car when we pulled up outside the church, and just hearing singing and worship, and I can't remember what the song was now, but it was a song that we...
Jesus we enthroned you.
That's it. So obviously sung in Nepali, but the tune we knew, and just literally stepping out of the car and just hearing worship was just really special, and just walking in as they're worshipping, and just a really special start to the day. Just seeing them worship with just such a natural expression. It was interesting seeing all the fellas down one side and all the women down the other side. I just grabbed hold of Uma's hand, just going, where do I go? Just so welcomed. So it was just really nice to feel like we're welcomed here and wanted here to just get to know and spend time with, and just a beautiful people that love God, love one another, and wanna just live for the kingdom. Hungry people.